My name is Mike Zani, CEO of the Predictive Index. One of the biggest differentiators at PI is our network of certified partners. In 2019, we surveyed 156 CEOs to find out their biggest priorities, challenges, and what they look for when it comes to outside consultants. To discuss some of the results from that report with you today, I'm interviewing Tom Riggs, the CEO of Mindwire. I'm here with Tom Riggs, the CEO of Mindwire. We are so lucky to have you in our network, one of our highest performing certified partners. Welcome.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, it's great to hear your insights. We did a survey of 156 CEOs, and one of the biggest challenges they have is really feeling value from a consultant. How do you feel about that?
I guess not surprised, right? And when CEOs are talking about it's expensive and it's hard to predict value, I think they go hand in hand. The perception of value is based on, I think, the return that I'm going to get. And if you can't measure and you can't create real capability inside an organization, it becomes an event, right? And you're fixing a symptom, but you haven't left the organization in a better condition than it is. So I think expensive really means the value and the return isn't there. Because what we hear and see is CEOs talking to us saying, we've tried this event or this tool, and it's fine, it's okay, et cetera, but it all kind of fades and goes away.
Transactional, event-based.
Right. It's an event, not a process and not a capability. I think that's part of the frustration of what makes the solution and perception expensive. The other piece is, if it doesn't change the condition of the organization, you can't install some capability and then measure what the impact has been. It sounds and feels like that was a lot of money. I think it was good, but I'm not really sure. And so I don't think it's ever an issue of money, or it's an issue of can we afford it. I think it's for the time and investment. Have we changed the condition of our organization? Can we measure it? That changes it from it's expensive to this is really valuable and we would invest effort in doing so.
Well, I mean, clearly there's a check to be written, but the costs are beyond that. I mean, it's time, it's money, it's distraction from their team, it's going to be change management. The next blocker they mention is really making sure there is a return on investment.
Right.
How do you guarantee that?
I think in the human capital space in particular, right, we've been notorious for a long time for saying, trust me, it works. I can't tell you and show you how it works, but trust me, it works, right? And so you have an organization that's running their business in metric-driven ways in every other aspect, and then it comes to the people part and it's trust me, it works. And so of course, right, that's not good enough. And so if you can't in the human capital space start measuring, right, and be able to tell people, here's where you are, assess first, and then here's the target of what success looks like and measure against it, then not only can you not give them an ROI, but you can't help your client get better and the organization get better, right? And the organization doesn't have that data. CEOs say all the time, right, when we talk to them about it, where is your army today? Do you know what you have? Do you know what they're capable of? Do you know what it would take to get them better? And they can't answer that question, nor can they answer it fast. And so in human capital space, if you can start to deliver an ability to help them know where they are and what would move the needle fastest in installing capability in a measurable way in human capital, that's a whole different conversation than they've ever had before. And that's what changes the work in human capital from it's living in HR and it's not owned by the business to this is owned by the organization.
And it's truly strategic.
Absolutely, because it's the biggest challenge they have as people. It's the hardest one to solve. It's the one they're least good at across every organization. They're all good at the business of their business, but they tell us all the time the tricky humans is the hardest part for us to get right.
Yeah, tragically few organizations have talent strategies.
Yeah, and they live in the wrong place, which is it's not owned by business leaders. HR is doing that work for the organization because the organization doesn't see value. So the measurement piece changes the dynamic 100% in terms of what is the impact of this. And to your earlier point, now they're willing to spend time, money, and mind share on it because they can see how they can impact it and get better. If they can't get that, then don't bother me with this because I'm trying to get the outcomes I need.
So it seems like time also kills some of these engagements. You know, our research shows that on the initial part of the engagement, a lot of the respondents are top two box, you know, met or exceeds expectations. But by the time you get to the end and are trying to measure ROI again, you know, the top box falls off the cliff, and you can see that they're not as satisfied that they got the return on investment.
Right.
I mean, so how do you prevent time from changing that element?
You need data. You need tools that can help you get to actions and insights and what is going on fast, right? Because just being smart and capable and likable to get hired at the beginning, we like this consultant, isn't good enough if you can't change the condition of their organization. So workforce analytics tools, capabilities to measure in the human capital space gets you speed of understanding where they are, and now we can actually get to the doing something about it really fast. And the most troubling part of it is where CEOs are least satisfied is on the ROI, on the measurement part of it, which should be a call to action for every one of us to say, I have to install capability, I have to make it last.
Do you consider yourself to be, at Mindwire, not just you, like a suite of consultants, or are you a technology-enabled service providers that have consulting capabilities?
Yeah, so our anchor is exactly what you said. We have this technology-enabled capability, and now we bring expertise, which is the know-how to make this work and go broader, deeper than they ever thought. And I think what that does is it gets you out of chasing an event as a consultant. I have to go find the next event to get paid for. And instead, I can chase a strategic outcome with a business or an organization, be their partner. Yeah. And you're not going to go away in that sense, because if you can measure and you can start providing expertise, we talk about ourselves, we're strategic tour guides for our clients to say, we've got this great suite of tools. Our job is to help you know which way to go left and right and how to continue to use this as you evolve, right? Because they've got the data and capability, and now we can be in a helpful place to have a long-term relationship where we're not going to go away.
It's clear to see, hearing your responses, why Mindwire is not only one of our best hunters, but also has some of the highest satisfaction rates in the network. So thank you for sharing the thoughts. Yeah. It's great having you on the team.
Thanks, Mike. Enjoyed the conversation.
To learn more, click on the link below and access the report, What CEOs Really Want from Consultants.